They say parenting gets easier as kids grow up, but does it really? When they were little, I worried about scraped knees and bedtime. And now that they're older, young adults, I worry about their future. I worry about the choices that they have to make. I worry about them navigating this world. If you're a parent of an adult child, I know you know exactly what I mean. Okay, parenting is hard. Parenting your children when they become adults, because I am not of the mind frame of once you turn 18 you're on your own. Like, no, when my son, who's 19 right now, when my son is 30 and I am 60, I'm still his mom. And I'm sure there will still be issues to navigate. But parenting is a lot harder than anybody told me. And I would not take it back. I don't regret becoming a mom, but being a parent, I mean, it really takes you through the paces. And strangely enough, things were easier when they were little. Yeah, the situation with my daughter Alexandria coming early at 23 weeks, that was really a trying time in our lives. But, thank God we made it through and Alex is thriving. But being a parent to adult children who think they know everything, or you don't know what you know, that can be very difficult to navigate. When they were little, I was in control of things. Yeah, if somebody got sick, somebody had a fever, somebody had, somebody wasn't feeling well, that could be difficult. Baby sick and throwing up, and you're trying to figure out what's going on. And since we have four, if one gets sick, then everybody gets sick at some point. So, you're constantly taking care of everybody. But that does not compare to the trials that you end up facing as people become, adults, and they're having to navigate everything in this world. So also too, parenting as a Christian is difficult because you have your viewpoints, you have a way that you live your life, and you have a way that you have taught your children, but then the world is pulling on them and they have a lot to figure out. They have a lot of decisions and choices to make. And my heart, like, I love my kids, so I'm not, like, people would say I'm overprotective. And in this world, I feel like you have to be. If you care about your family, you have to be, because the enemy is constantly trying to take them, trying to pull them away from where they're supposed to be with, online, and just there's just so much for them to figure out. And I was dealing with something recently, and it had me vexed a little bit until I just kind of calmed myself down. And sometimes you have to talk to yourself and you have to say, well, this is what I know to be true. I have done my best to raise good children, and they are in God's hands. And I've just got to pull back and let them make their decisions. I can give advice because me and my kids are close. So we talk about most things. I wanted to say we talk about everything, but we talk about whatever's going on, whatever they're thinking, whatever I think they need to know. I've said it because I do feel like there are some things that I wished someone had said to me at their age. And so I'm constantly pouring into them. And that's what I have to rest in, that I've given them to the Lord. They belong to Him. I've talked to them about certain things, and So go make your decision, and hopefully you will make make one that's best for you, make one that's right, make one that doesn't put you in a predicament or place you in harm. And so in the last couple of days, after vexing and worrying and then coming to the point of prayer and just casting it all on the Lord, God showed up and worked everything out for our good without me giving away too much. So I'm still learning. This is my first time being a parent of a 24-year-old, 22-year-old, a 20-year-old, and a 19-year-old. So I'm still learning things as a parent. I'm still learning balance, because my husband is more the heavy, and I'm the mom, but I'm the friend at this point. And I say friend, but I consider myself the soft place for them, because me and my husband, we have to balance each other off or balance each other out. We both can't be hard, if that makes sense. So he's more of the disciplinarian, no nonsense. It takes a lot to get me to that point, but I can get to that point. But I'm that person that I've always asked the Lord, even when they were little, I've asked the Lord to help me to be kind but firm when I need to be. And you think that, when they're little, and when little people try you, little people don't want to put up toys, or when they would argue with each other, that was what I would have to deal with. No, that was easy. When you have children and you have people, and that's adult children, and you have people in the world who are trying to pour into them the things they think that your children should be doing, and it goes against God and it goes against what you have taught them, that's when you really, for me, I feel like that's when your knees really hit the pavement. That's when you really start that heartfelt prayer. Now, I really was praying hard like that with Alexandria being in the NICU. But this period in my life, and it's not all of my children all of the time. Like, my children are great. They are one of the greatest joys in my life. Like, I love those people. I really love them, and they love me. And I'm proud of them, and I'm grateful that God saw fit to make me their mother. But at this particular point in life is that point where I have to rest in what I know I have instilled in them. And I also have to trust God. So yes, parenting is hard, but it is worth it. I would not trade it. I would not give them back. If I felt like I could continue on in my life with no worries, no headaches. I don't have to worry about where someone is at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. Are you with somebody who, is going to treat you well? Are you with somebody who is not going to put you in danger? Even with all of that, even with all of the trials that come with being a parent to young adults, I would not trade it. They give me a great deal of joy, and just being around them. Like, my kids are really great. They're sweet. And when I look at them, I feel like I have done a good job. There are some moments when things get scary, and I'm like, but at the end of the day, I'm proud that they're mine. And I think they're good people, and I'm grateful to know that they are in God's hands, whether I'm here or not. They have each other. That's something I've always tried to instill. Me and my husband have always tried to instill in them. You are family. You are all that you have. Even if you don't like each other, be there for each other. Like, my husband will say, Don't put more of a burden on your siblings than you need to. But be there for each other, because life is hard. And if you don't have someone, it's even harder. Thank you for listening to me talk about parenting. Until next time, be sweet, be grateful, and stay optimistic. This video is proudly sponsored by me. If you like these shirts, just head over to the new website that I just launched called leahcreates.com.